Struggling with these pesky solvent marks, but you can't get any spot solve? This video might just be for you. By the end of this video, you might just know a locally available alternative to spot solve that will absolutely save your day. So check out the rest of this video. And if this video is right up your street, please remember to click like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon down below so you don't miss any of our future videos. If you're new to shirt restoration, or even if you've been doing it for a while and you're stuck on a particular problem, check out our AI-powered chatbot, KitGPT. There's a link to it down in the description. And no longer do you have to wait for weeks and weeks or days and days for me to get back to you with an answer. If I know how to do it, KitGPT knows how to do it. So check it out, ask it your question and see what you get. Hello there and welcome back to our channel. Now, if anyone here has tried name set removals, you'll know that the best way to get them off is to use some sort of solvent, whether it's VLR for vinyl, DTF remover for DTF, funny that, and alcohol for flock. Any one of those is perfect, but what you'll find you'll probably get left behind is some of these nasty smear marks. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of like a watermark that dries around the edge, and what that is the solvent evaporating and leaving a ring around the edge of grime and grease in the material. Now what we used to do, insist that the shirt was as clean as possible before you started the removal, so it got rid of as much of that grounding grime as possible, and that was great, it worked, but then you still have the risk that there will be a ring still left even after having washed it, or you may damage other parts of the shirt during the wash before you've even started doing the removal. So what we looked for was something that could solve this problem of these ring marks. And what we found was Spot Solve by World of Clean. Now this is a carpet cleaner, a spot stain carpet cleaner, believe it or not. And it's solvent based, and we found that it's been entirely game changing. It effortlessly, easy for me to say, removes these nasty halo marks around the edges of where you've used solvents. And that's great if you can get it. It's created by a UK company and it's not necessarily accessible by people outside of the UK. There are some suppliers of it in Holland, I think there's a company, but trying to get it anywhere else in the world is an absolute nightmare. And I went through a period of being able to ship it out to people. Turns out you're not meant to ship it in the Royal Mail, so I had to stop doing that. But what I have tried to do since stopping doing that is trying out a whole load of other products that are more widely accessible and internationally available that may do as good a job as Spot Solve. So in today's video, I'm going to be taking you through 3 ones that I've been trying out, and let's see how we get on with them. So to start off with, I have this Berlin shirt, Hertha Berlin shirt, and what I've done is I've removed, it was damaged, right? So I have removed the DB sponsor at the front and left a stain mark, and I've removed the Berlin number 13 from the back, and again there are stain marks. So there's 3 sets of stain marks that I'm going to be trying to remove. I'm going to take you over to the bench over there and we're going to try out the 3 products, and stay till the end because you're going to want to know which one, if any of them, are any good. So here we are over on the bench. And what I've got is my trusty Pyrex behind the shirt, and I've laid the shirt over it. Now you can see around here, look, this is the smear mark that I'm going to be working on. Now the first product I'm going to use is this. Oh, let me see. It's called Folex. Now, what Folex is a water-based cleaner. Has something called non-ionic surfactants in it, which sounds like a fancy name. Effectively, a surfactant is something that lowers the surface tension between 2 materials, and the non-ionic aspect of it is hopefully going to help with these stains that have been created by solvent and grease. Now this is relatively low cost. It's about £15 on Amazon and it's pretty widely available. So let's see how good it is. It says it's specifically designed for polyester as well, which means that we're unlikely to cause any damage with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to spray it quite liberally all over the stain. This is it, the Folex, and we're going to let it do its job. Let's just do the top part of the stain as well. See if you can see that. There you go. Oh, let's move that up a little bit. There we go. So the whole stain is now pretty saturated. Now, as with a lot of kind of products that are used to clean things, what you can do is with a toothbrush or a brush of some sort, you can give it a little bit of an agitation. Funny that, Mrs. Weefit's Kits calls me that, a little bit of an agitation. I don't know what she's talking about, but let's just go through and give it this brushing just to kind of get the chemicals going in it. Here we go. Like I say, this is available for about 15, 16 quid on Amazon. And it's very fabric safe. It's probably the lowest in terms of how aggressive it works of the products that we're gonna try out today. So let's just see if it works. You're gonna need to leave it for a little bit of time. And as with a lot of the things, if the first pass hasn't worked very well, then you can give it another go after. So here we go. That needs a little bit of time now to start working. And while that does that, we're going to try out the next one. If you're still struggling and need a little bit of extra help and guidance along the way, why not use our one-to-one video calling service? We've helped loads of people since we launched with answering small problems or large problems, how to set up their kind of business for football shirt restoration, or how to answer a very specific question. We're here to help. If you're interested in doing this, please drop us a message, either a comment down below or a message on any of our socials, and we'll get back to you and set up a call. So the next product we're going to try is this one, Pro Chem Neutral Pro Spotter. And this is available for around about £10. So it's the lowest cost of the products that we're going to use today. I don't think you can get it on Amazon, but there are some other sites, and it's widely available internationally. And what this is a water-based, pH neutral, general spot stain remover. Again, kind of mainly used on fabric, on carpets and rugs and stuff like that. And this contains both surfactants, which we talked about, but also emulsifiers. And an emulsifier is something that helps mix two liquids together that don't normally mix well. So oil and water don't normally mix well. And that's what made us think, well, maybe this will be good for getting rid of these kind of grease and grime stains. So what we're going to do here is we're going to apply it liberally again to the stain. So here we go, do it around the outside. And we're going to use the toothbrush to give it a bit of a rub. Oh, and you can see, actually, already it looks like it's working quite well. So let's see how we get on with that. Now, this one of the, I say a downside, one of the characteristics of it is that you kind of need to leave it for a little bit of time, a bit like the Folex. You need to leave it for a little bit of time to sit on the stain and work its way through it. But having just done it for a few seconds, it looks like it's doing all right, but we don't know what it's going to finish up like. So we're just going to give it a little bit of a brush and leave it to sit for a while. Now it works well on things like sweat and dye transfer. It's quite a broad tool that's able to, or solvent that's able to work on a number of different stains. So even if it doesn't work perfectly on these smear marks, but when in actual fact it looks like it's working pretty well. Even if it doesn't, it's probably a good general purpose stain remover to have in your armoury, because football shirts love attracting a stain. Now, while that is sitting on there, we're going to go on to the third and final one. Now, onto the third and final one. The third and final one is Pro Chem Solv Spotter. Now, this is a little bit more expensive. It's the most expensive of the three. It's about 25 to 30 pounds. And the reason we've left this one to last is because the other two were water-based, and therefore they need a little bit of time to work on the stain. But this is what's called a volatile dry solvent, and it's primarily based, meant for oil-based inks and paints and adhesives, things like that. But what that means is it evaporates very, very quickly. So time is going to be of the essence with this one, because before it's fully evaporated, really, we need to have got it in the wash and kind of doing a hand wash to rinse the solvent out, or we can put it through the wash. What we're going to do with this shirt is we're going to put it through the wash rather than do a hand wash. But what we're going to do with this is we're just going to spray it on directly onto the stain. So I don't know if you can see, but around the outside there was this halo from using the DTF remover to remove the DB. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the toothbrush to agitate the stain. And oh, it's looking quite good, this one. It's looking quite good. So let's see. Make sure you stay to the end to know which one is our favourite, if any of them. I mean, I reckon I'm quietly confident that they're all going to do a job. But let's see which one is best. So let's give it a bit of an agitation, and already I can see that it's worked quite well there, but it is quite an expensive one, so you would expect it to work really quite well. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this in for a quick wash. So as always, no conditioner, in a washing bag, wash it on a short wash for about 30 minutes, and then I'll come back to you with the final results. So stick around. So the shirt is now washed. Let's go through the results and see which one is best. Now, I'm going to start with the first one, which was the Folex. Let's just show you that 3. Now, I don't know whether you can see, but there is pretty much no smear marks there. If I really look carefully, there's a very, very faint outline on some of the areas where there were smear marks. So I dare say for that one, we could probably give it another round of you spraying it on, leaving it for 5 minutes or so, giving it a little rub with the cotton pad, and then bunging it in a wash. But overall, I'm very pleased with that, because one of the beauties of this one is that it's not going to affect the pigment of the shirt, the ink in the shirt, especially for sublimated shirts. So that'll probably be all right. Like I say, there are areas where there's a slight mark, but compared to what it was before, brilliant. The second one, which was what was that called? The Solvall Pro Spotter, the Pro Spotter. And again, if you look, there is pretty much no solvent marks left. If there are areas where there's a slight, I don't know whether my eye's playing tricks on me, but certainly where there were pretty obvious smear marks, there's nothing there now. And that was another one where we had to spray it on pretty liberally, use a brush to agitate it, to activate the ingredients, use a cotton pad to kind of rub away the excess after about 3 to 5 minutes of it sitting on there. And I'm pretty happy with that one. And this was the cheapest one. This was only £10. Like I say, there'll be links in the descriptions below to everything. But this was, which is probably only any good if you're in the UK. If you're abroad, see if you can find it somewhere. But there'll be a link to the description of it, so you can at least make sure you find the right one. But given that it's the lowest cost one, I'm pretty pleased with that. So yeah, looking good. And then on to the last one. So the last one was the most expensive, which was the Solvall spotter. And that was the dry solvent that has a load of applications. You can use it on adhesive, you can use it on smear stains, like where the paint, like in a DTF, gone wrong sort of state, has come off, you can use it for that. And if you look, there are 0 marks left. There's no nasty smell, considering it was a dry solvent. There's no stains left. I mean, you'll have to trust me here because the camera doesn't really pick it up. But where there was a clear outline around the outside of the DB sponsor, there is now nothing there. So, to recap, in third place is Folex, £15 to £20. Done a good job, water-based, relatively gentle. Did a good job. It did a good job. In second place was this one, the lowest cost of all of them, Neutral Pro Spotter from Pro Chem. Pretty easily available in the EU and internationally. What can I say? It left even less of a mark than the Folex, so really good there. But the clear winner, in my opinion, is the Pro Chem Solv Spotter, the dry solvent. It worked as well as the Spot Solv. Now, for me, because Spot Solv is available here in the UK, I'm going to carry on using the Spot Solv. But if you're really struggling with any of these solvent marks that come out, have a look for any one of those 3 items. Like I say, if money's no object and you can get it, go for the Solvall Spotter. If money's a bit tighter, then you can go for one of the other 2. But get what is available to you. So thank you for watching our video. If you've enjoyed this, please remember to click like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification down below, because then you won't miss out on any of our future videos. We're always trying out new things to try and make the art of football shirt restoration available to everyone in the world. If you've got any comments or anything that you'd like to ask, leave them down below. If there's an area of things that you're stuck with or that you want us to try out because you can't get a product that we've reviewed or that we've demonstrated in your country, give me a shout and I'll go looking for something that is more widely available. And if you've enjoyed this video, you're going to love these 2. Thanks a lot.